What's up, everybody? It's Jake. Anywho, I just thought I would make this video for, my future spouse, for my wife, not my girlfriend. Well, she obviously would be my girlfriend, and then my fiance, and then my wife. But I don't know if she's the next girl in the rotation, if you will. So, no offense to whoever that is if she isn't my future wife, but I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta go through the bad ones to get to to the good stuff or whatever. Um, but anywho, uh, yeah, so I'm your husband, My name's Jake Krawetsky, Jacob Joshua Krawetsky. I'm 33 years old as of right now. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. The time is approximately about 6 in the morning. Um, Anywho, so yeah, man, I've been thinking about you since probably last 25 years. We're talking a quarter of a century. No big deal. 2.5 decades. Not that I'm counting or anything. But yeah, a little bit about me. Obviously, you'll eventually, when you say I do, and then you become married to somebody, you're gonna already know all this stuff. But it's kind of nice. Maybe you could use it for like a ceremony thing, like on the wedding video or the what do they call it, the reception. But yeah, shout out to your parents. Speaking of your mom and dad. Speaking of parents, I actually my obviously I have a dad and a mom, but right now till whatever basically, my dad passed away. This will be 7 years in May. I believe he passed on the 20th of May, if I'm not mistaken, of 2014. So, like I say, it's 2021, so this will be 7 years. So, yeah, not to drop a bomb or anything and dampen and ruin the mood. So I just have my mom. So but whenever, obviously, at the whole wedding and all that jazz, I'm sure he'll be there in spirit. So Jesus Christ, oh God the Father, the good Lord. Speaking of, I'm Catholic, Roman Catholic. I was born and raised Roman Catholic. That's my religion. Since I was like 8 months old, I have this little like cup thingy or whatever. It's like got a little handle and you used to put like change in it and stuff, and it has like my name engraved into it and like baptism at I think it was like St. Joe's Church or wherever it was. I guess I don't know exactly off the top of my head. I'd have to be looking at it to see where my baptism actually was. So I'm not sure about that, but obviously I've had confirmation and first communion, and so basically that's what it is. So obviously I want to get married in a good Bible based church. I want to be a Catholic church if at all possible. I don't necessarily. I wouldn't be against like having a thing like outside like wedding, but with the weather, it just tradition. You know what I mean? It's inside. And like it says in the good book, in the Bible, that what God puts together, let no man separate. We're two become one flesh. And my parents were married about as long as I've been alive, really longer, and then they were dating even longer than that. But they just show me as far as like what to look forward to and what to expect. So like if I see people that I know that are from like a broken home and their parents were divorced, I can relate because I just take what I feel with what my parents have shown me and like reverse it and flip it around, and I'm like, oh my God, you poor thing, like that's awful, you know what I mean? Because nobody gets married to end up in divorce. That's not the whole game plan behind it, you know what I mean? But people do pass or they go overseas, fight for our freedom and country, so I salute the troops. Um, but yeah, at any rate, as you already know, I'm a talker. I can talk all day. I like to fish hunt, make food. I do chores. I can work on lawnmowers and stuff too, and get dirty with the best of them. And hopefully you can, be my little helper or little assistant or something. Like Santa's little helper or whatever, or even what they call it, Santa's elves or whatever. Like hey, play dress up or cosplay or role play. It's like, but that's later. It's like not right now. It's like that's for the honeymoon. Yeah, the honeymoon suite. Because it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be awesome off the chain. They have those like rose petals and hearts and stuff, and like in the like water in the tub or in the jacuzzi or hot tub or spa or whatever it is or sauna. Well, the sauna is not. That's just something you just go in and then you like roast and then you come out. It looks kind of like what's behind me is like a wooden. Anyways, everybody knows what a sauna is. Point is that obviously I love you. Yeah, like you're the one, like number one. Well, God the Father, Jesus Christ, and then you, as far as like ratings of like most important things in my life. Okay, Jesus, God the Father, my wife, my kids, me, everybody else after that. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the ranking. I mean, I only have one hand free, because I'm holding the camera with the other hand. But just thought I'd say that yeah, it's been a tough road. Like I had cancer when rhabdomyosarcoma muscle cancer when I was like 7 years old, had surgery. So I've been in remission since then. So knock on wood. My buddy always will go, knock on wood, and I'm like, really, dude? Like, oh my God. Like, like I always do this thing, but I can't do it with both hands, but I could just do one where they go, oh my God. I always mess around with like girls and stuff. But, oh, speaking of, I'm faithful, like that song, I'm forever yours. And I always remix it, be like, unfaithfully, Journey. Because it's been a journey, it's been a struggle. The hashtag struggle is real. It's not been easy, like I say, just like I say with the cancer thing and everything else. But yeah, right now, currently, basically, I'll be honest, it's gonna eventually, anyways, but had a one night stand, around a little like a month after my dad passed, water under the bridge. Don't worry, I went and got checked out at the health clinic and stuff and passed. No strings, no G strings, no bad stuff. But basically, I've never like went on a first date. I've never went to, like, just like I say, just taking a girl on a date anywhere. Obviously, I've never done any of that kind of stuff. It's like I say, you can't get nothing if you never did nothing, So I consider myself still, in a sense, like like the show, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, but it's like technically not necessarily. But it's just a short story long, or long story short, as I call it. I had a friend, and they kind of interrupted, so we didn't finish what we started. So, that's about as you're like the Virgin Island, like that's about as close as you're gonna get. And all I could think of, like I had this like cross like above my bed, and I'm just like, this is bad, like this is wrong, like no, shame on you, Jake, like you know better, like what are you doing, dude? Like snap out of it, like it's a mirage, it's not real, it's like a trial beta edition software or whatever. But anywho, so there's that. Like I say, come clean, tell the truth, be honest. My mom always would say, like, tell the truth so you don't, don't have to remember what lie you told or whatever, like as I was growing up as a kid. But shout out to her, Mama Carol or Caro, Sarah, whatever. She actually's been through, with me, like everybody always says, your mother never left your side when you were sick, and your dad, he was always working, and so it's like whatever medical like expenses, like copays didn't pay, like my dad would work odd jobs like in the garage working on lawnmowers and snowblowers and like all kind of stuff and like cars, and he's a welder, fabricator, pipe fitter by trade, so skilled trade. So I mean, yeah, so that's pretty much kind of a summary about me. As far as that, it's like, any questions? Oh, hey, you guys you can't talk back, you'll just have to listen to me in rant and rave section or whatever. Um, but I've also, I write poetry, so I've got about 80 something in 20 years since 13 to current, so fifth of a century. So that's like one every, I think, four a year, one every like 3 months average for 20 years. So not bad for a rookie. It's like 90-day, probation, like with a job or something. So it's like, it's my side hustle, full-time job, getting a full-time job. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do have a good job. Let me back the camera if you can read. See? Ta-da! So that should give you an idea of what I'm working with, what I'm what I'm talking about, or what and all that stuff. So, but also I want to try to, like, I've always loved the whole Ugg boots. I always mess around and be like, girls just like are like Olaf and just want warm hugs, or I was like, brand new pair of Uggs, or the Ugg boots, because they're like the winter shoes and boots or whatever, and they're just like, ooh, like I love them. And the leggings, like those, what do they call them, like yoga pants or whatever. It's like that stuff is just, I'm like, I gotta put the blinders on. I'm like, I can't be doing all that, man. That's too much temptation. That's just too much, And then these girls wearing these shorts, booty shorts that say like hottie. It's like false advertisement because they look good from afar, and then they get closer to the far from looking, but be like, girl, please, like, no, you got to go. Like hashtag bye Felicia. Like, no. Mm-mm. But yeah, it's like, don't tease me, please. But anywho, enough about all that, getting distracted on a side note. It's easy to do, when you just, whatever comes into your mind and just go with that, it's just whatever. But I want to try to show you another side of me, as far as, I mean, there's all that stuff, but it's like when I think about you, I think like, and you can hear my voice crack. I think like, if you think about a model, right? Really gorgeous women from like, not the Bermuda Triangle, but like from, what do you call it? Like Brazilian women, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, like just women that like, they go perfect, you know what I mean? Or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like, women that do the runway and like the catwalk, and are just like, where you're like, you, just so for the record, yes, FYI, you put those girls to shame. Like, it's not even close. God's told me so many things about you, and I've wrote so many things about you. I've got The Dream Girl. It was one of my first good poems, like I say, 20 years ago. And then that was how I thought of you, as a boy, as a teenager, as an adolescent, a young adult, But as an adult, when I turned 18, and older, I made another one that I thought of, of the man. And I call it My Long Lost Love, because you're like, I put on it, like, you're my Good Morning Miss America, my, like my shining, or my something shining star that glows, or something like that. Uh, the woman who completes me and touches my very soul, or like the Dream Girl. That one I know, like, and it's locked in those lyrics, so I can recite Disney movie lines word for word verbatim. My favorite Disney movie was Aladdin, but the Dream Girl is like, where I'm talking about you, and like the ending, I say, she is my wife and my primary link. She holds the keys to worlds unknown. To find her, I must take this journey on my own. Because at the end of it, I was thinking that song, on my own, by myself, on my own. And so I was like, yeah, it just fit right. It's like, cha 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 cha, like when you're saying happy birthday to you. Speaking of, I've got a bunch of nieces over, one nephew, oh no, we call him Keegan, the last of the Mohegans, or Mohegans, because, his parents, they, try his three sisters and just him, and he's the oldest, the Lone Ranger, in the fort, so, like he's representing, so, my sister, my oldest sister Joy, she's gotta like, come on, man, gotta have some kids. Same with me, so that way there's other, nieces and nephews and stuff, or my brother, another kid or something. I don't know, my other sister maybe. But at any rate, just know that I would never, this is on camera, so I can't be, well, closest thing I got here is this little angel thing. This my sister says dream. But in this is pray. You can't really read that, right? I don't know how I'm gonna pray. So anyway, but I would never cheat on you. I would hope you would do the same until death do us part. That adultery and all that kind of stuff, and sexual immorality, and I'm not saying like they say, even Jesus was tempted, but he never sinned. He was sinless. So it's like, it's not a sin to be tempted. It's a sin to act on the temptation. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Just like I say, there, you can try and fail, or you can fail to try. There is a difference, So it's like, I would never quit you, like Jesus says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I could quote scripture all day long, but because I was taught, I was trained these things, and so I just, it's just in my mind, it's like a trap. It's like, it locks it in, like locking those lyrics. So, I'm not real good at dancing, I'll be honest. Slow dance at school, but the whole grinding and like all that, and kind of thing. But for the garter thing, and then the okay, pew, like that. I mean, I'm a represent. You feel me? like like I got this. Because it's a rite of passage, and it's just I'm a man. I gotta be manly, and that was the other thing, is I wanna lift you, and then lift you into the house and be like, and be like, hey babe, it's our new place, like, woo, happy, house or anniversary or wedding, whatever, to us, and many more, well, not many more, but like many more years at that place or whatever, until we maybe move to somewhere or whatever. But it would be like our forever home or dream home or whatever. You got your dream girl, got her dream home. Because I mean, a house is just a house, but like a home is where the heart, it's like my heart's with you. You're like my other heart, the other half. It's like I'm half of a whole. And it's like, and it gnaws on me. It weighs on my mind, and it's hard. It's so hard trying to like tell people like she's real, and she exists. I'm telling you, and people look at me like I'm crazy. Like I'm local, It's like no habla español, or whatever. But it's I don't really know Spanish, so So speaking of, if you know any foreign language, don't be swearing me out or whatever in your native tongue or something. I am part like Indian and all these different things, so it's like I wish I knew some of that stuff, but like it happens. But yeah, so just like I say, know that I love you more than to that. It's like forever. It's eternity. It's like that song, forever and ever. Amen. It's like it's. I don't take that lightly. I take it seriously. I only want to get married one time to one woman forever. It's like the forever. Doing whatever collection or whatever. Like like the like little advertisement that says every kiss begins with K. I always say every kiss begins with J. Like, well, K because my last name too. So it's like, hey, or LL Cool J, LL Cool J, because everybody loves Cool J, because this guy, I'm cool, man. I'm the cool uncle. My aunt is like, I'm the cool aunt. It's like, well, I'm the cool uncle, so it worked. Like whatever. So I'm really good with kids. So I want kids. I want my own kids. Ours, you and I, like that, just you and I. Oh, and I want to do duets, man. Oh, God. Oh, man, that's a like a storm, because I've seen things like not like OCW, but I mean, seriously, like God, he shows me these things, like things that are gonna come into pass and come to fruition, like visions. And, like my cousin keeps telling me, or Michael Smith, he's like, see Jesus, face to face, man, and blah, and all this. And so it's like I was mocking and messing around and being like, oh, yeah, in my house, when I look in the mirror, instead of seeing, I'll be like, I see Jesus, because I was thinking about, like, can you see this mirror, like pretend, like, because you can, it's a mirror. But, obviously, or you would be seeing just wall. But imagine like this thing, like having a whole thing of like a picture of Jesus on it, like that's like taped, on the backing, so when you put it to the glass, it would like stay on there, and then it would be Jesus, and so I would see Jesus face to face every day, but I would say, mirror, like that's the man in the mirror, like that's who I see, you know what I mean? So, because you're supposed to be in the image of, you're creating the image of God, and so you gotta be Christ-like, Christian means to be Christ-like, so you gotta deny yourself, pick up the cross, and follow me, and he'll lead the way, So, I just want to say that I love you, I respect you, I adore you, I can't wait to meet, and like I say, our own kids, biologically from me, my, and the egg and the birds and the bees and all that jazz. And then and then 9 months, like, woo, and all that. And I want minimum at least one son and, the other hand, one daughter, so that's my bare minimum requirement. Anything above and beyond that is extra credit in my book. And because that I had cancer, I have had two names. Well, I have a lot of baby names, but the main focus, focus is Alexander Nathaniel and Autumn Brooke. Okay. And I'm going to call her, Babbling Brook, because she just like her daddy, and I was thinking about one like Annette, and like have two daughters on the boat, and then I'll be like, I need a net, and then she'd be like, I'm right here, Daddy. I'll be like, no, I need a net, and she go look, and so the other sister hand me, the net, and to catch the fish or whatever, put, from the hook with the fish on the fishing rod, onto the thing from the lure, and I'll be like, thank you. Because she'll be like a dumb, like ditzy blonde, like not all there upstairs, like her mother. No, I'm kidding. As a joke. So anyway, I'm very sarcastic, facetious, as you can tell. I just try to be smiling the life of the party, but actually really reserve a shot. I know, don't let this face, whatever, kid you, this whole, cool little thing that I'm doing. So I'm an actor. I always say, I'm Cedric. Please meet you. I'm Cedric, the other entertainer. Like just dumb stuff. But seriously though, and then the other one would be Maxwell, right? And so like I would when he gets old enough to have coffee, I would give him Folgers coffee, right? Just because his name's Maxwell instead of Maxwell House, like Toll House Cookie, and just to do it, just to be just because I can. And then when he would be old enough, like playing cards, I'd be like, Maxwell, you better fold yours. Because Folgers in your cup, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I forget what remix thing I had for that one, but it's like, best part of waking up for me is you. You. And because you're the first thing I see every day when I wake up, and you're the last thing I see when I go to bed. So you're the reason. Not like Jesus is the reason for the season, like Christmas and all that, but like you're the, I work so hard, and I've been saving, and I want to get you everything that your heart desires and then some. And that's the gospel, honest truth, honest, not even, like for real. And so you're going to be spoiled and pampered. Like, they're my girl, like that, my girl, talking about, so get used to it, the finer things in life, and that includes you, girl, because you're so fine, you're so fine. Like, but you are, like, you're, like, I feel like the only reason, like, I got you is because you don't know how, like the it factor, like, you're, like, so cool and so amazing, and just so, you're just like, man, like a breath of fresh air. It's like, it's awesome, incredible, and gorgeous. So it's like, look at this. I mean, do you really want kids to be looking like this? Like, no, like my mom said that, she wanted her last kid to look like her. So here I am, freckles and all, and whatever. So, but anywho, this is almost 30 minutes long. So, anything else I'd like to add? That, I really want to think about this. There was one thing I wrote was, me looking like my suit and tie, at my best. Me at my best. I mean, my absolute best. To impress, like a job interview. Couldn't even compare to you at your worst. Meaning, your scrub. Like your outfit that like you just woke up in the morning and you haven't even whatever, like put your mask on. Like, oh, it's a mask. Like the mask, or it's like, get off me. But that's just goes to show like like I put you on a pedestal, like, it's like I have to reach this, and it's like hopefully you can, balance out like the yin and the yang, equal, equal, equal partner, equal half, 50-50, that's it, right down the middle, so it's like, so what's fair is fair, what's right is right, so. Anyways, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, and like take you places that you've maybe never been, and maybe if you have, maybe I bring something different to it, even if it's something like bowling or going to an arcade or going on a ride at Cedar Point or somewhere, or going to the park or going to the museum or going to the county fair or whatever, like hopefully I can make it like something you would never forget, because it's like the first impression rose on The Bachelor, you want to make a good impression. And hopefully this is a long lasting impression that, even if, God forbid, or happens to me, like you'll still be able to hear my voice, see you might be, and be able, you can't see the resume, but like, it, it's like me, I know it. So, just be patient with me. I'm not perfect, as you can tell, the teeth, like, I got missing teeth and stuff on this side, like, it is what it is. It happens. Life goes on. What can you do? So, but anyways, other than that, yeah, man, I feel pretty good about what I've shared and expressed. And, if I could, leave you with one final, like, thing to, like, hold on to is, like, man, like, just, love unconditionally, for our kids, for me, for yourself, don't settle. I mean, you settle for me because, I like but you might have had to lower or I might have had to really jump my game up, like, to the top tier level, like my A plus plus game, because, like, yeah. So, at any rate, this is me saying hello, and I love you, and yeah, so, just check into me sometimes. Check in from time to time. If I'm out in the garage or busy and stuff, just keep the communication barrier. Don't put a barrier up. Keep it open. Be honest. Be authentic. Original's always worth more than a copy. So don't ever be fake to Jake. Don't. I'm Jake the Snake, but, like, but snakes are two-headed monsters, and we're the head, not the tail, above, not beneath. Greater is he that's in you than he is in the world. So just keep on fighting the good fight, and make sure to just, like, just know I got your back. As long as you, alright, no, I say it the other way around. I say, I got your front as long as you got my back. Okay? Yeah. So, because, I'm only human. So, again, I just thought that this would be something that you would really appreciate, because I appreciate you and all the things you do for me, and all the things you do for our kids, and all the things you do for yourself. And I'll make sure that you have time for your friends, to have girls' night out, and hopefully you give me the same respect for guys' night out. If I need a little space, or kids are too much or whatever, we got, we let each other know. We don't keep secrets as rumors and stuff. That's how drama starts, man. And so yeah, I also note to self, like Dramamine, I have very bad vertigo. I have real bad motion sickness, so I can't, like, read books in cars while it's moving and stuff, or, like, look at a map, or any kind of look in a purse or anything like that on the floor or whatever, pick stuff up, because then I'll be like, oh man, I don't feel so good, because I can't be on merry-go-rounds, rides that spin and no, it's game over, so, and so yeah, so also, currently, I don't smoke, drink, don't do drugs. I very seldom, once in a blue moon, do I go to drink. It's only for, like somebody's, like, graduation party, or, like, New Year's or Christmas or something, or my birthday or something, or whatever, things like that. I don't get carried away. I've never been blackout drunk or, like they say, white girl wasted or something. Well, I'm not even a girl, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't, because it's like, the way I think about it is, it's not good coming back out. So, like, you want to have something good that goes down. Like, hopefully it tastes good, you know? Because with me having cancer, it's like having the flu 24/7, 365. And like history and I have something in common. We both repeat ourselves. So, alright, well, I love you, sweetheart. And I will try to do everything in my power to make you happy. Keep that smile on your face. And work hard for our kids. And work hard for our future. And work hard for myself. And so we can go on vacations and family vacations, and we can like retire happy, and our kids can have stuff for their future and their college fund, and their kids and our grandkids and great grandkids' college funds and stuff. We put money away and saving it so that we'll have things to show for ourselves and all kinds of fun things, boat